All right, guys, let's jump straight into this. Morgan Freeman just did something on daytime television that honestly so many people are still talking about.
Please welcome the incredible Morgan Freeman.
This legendary Hollywood figure, you know him, the voice that could narrate just about anything and make it sound epic, he was on The View. And trust me, what went down was like super intense and, well, kind of unexpected. So, Morgan was there to chat about his latest Netflix project, Life on Our Planet. Sounds pretty chill and straightforward, right? But then things took a turn that was totally gripping. Picture this. The hosts, they were gearing up for a typical celeb interview, probably thinking this would just be another lighthearted segment. But, Morgan had other plans.
Ladies, excuse us. Let us do our job. We hear what you have to say, but you gotta...
He used his time on show to speak up, and he wasn't holding back at all. Well, Sunny Hostin brought up a previous documentary Freeman worked on about the Black battalions in World War II.
You're making sure people don't forget vital parts of our past, including this documentary that you executive produced called 761st. Did I get that right? Yeah, 761st Tank Battalion, the original Black Panthers.
And let me tell you, Morgan didn't hesitate to correct her on a few things. You could kind of sense the tension in the room increasing, but Morgan was just dropping truth bombs. He called out Hollywood's history of representation issues, discussing how Black actors were historically limited to roles as servants.
And how many times did I see Black people in the movies? And if I did see them, what were they doing?
There were servants.
That got, like a nervous chuckle from the audience, but it was, totally very real. And then, who pops in? Whoopi Goldberg. She tried to reframe the point by saying those roles reflected the historical moments they were portraying. But, guys, Morgan wasn't having it. He basically pointed out that, yes, those roles existed, but so did stories of success and achievement. Why don't we see those stories? He asked, in a way that kind of left everyone tongue-tied. Honestly, it was, a powerful moment. Can you imagine? On live TV. So there he was, talking deeply about how these stories of Black excellence are often left out. And anyway, as soon as the talk started getting even more intense, the producers seemed to sort of panic. Whoopi gets this sign from them to wrap up the conversation. It was like, wait, really? So abrupt. Morgan was just getting started, folks. And cue the social media storm.
Inflation in the United States has one cause and one cause only. And that is when the federal government spends too much money.
People were like buzzing. On Twitter, one fan exclaimed, "Morgan Freeman gets rushed off while the hosts ramble for hours. Total disrespect to a legend." Another chimed in, "The View producers panicked the moment Freeman started speaking truth. Why bring him on if they can't handle it?" You know those tweets, right? They reflect a pretty widespread sentiment. To be honest, it's not like Morgan Freeman is a stranger to stirring up discussions. He's been, super vocal about so many important issues, whether it's about race or wealth inequality or, climate change. He really doesn't shy away, does he? His take is pretty clear. These, uncomfortable conversations are what spur real change. So, we have to ask the big question now. Why cut it short?
I want to ask you about a different documentary.
Go ahead.
As some politicians around the country try to erase Black history, you're making sure people don't forget vital parts of our past, including this documentary.
Was it really like a simple time constraint? Or was Morgan's raw honesty just a bit too much for the setting? It begs the question, about how ready these shows are for real talk, real time. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? TV designed to show real lives and real issues sometimes seemingly doesn't want the whole unfiltered truth. I guess the thing that sticks with everyone the most, seriously, is how Morgan presented his points with, such grace and authority. He's just known for it. To see him articulate his views on representation in history and, challenge these often glossed over narratives, it's a reminder of his incredible depth, right? So what do you think? Were the producers of The View right to abruptly end the segment with Morgan Freeman? Or, do you feel they were just unprepared for an honest conversation that veered, off script? Maybe it shows how television needs to, adapt more to genuine dialogue. Join the conversation and drop your thoughts below. We'd really love to hear your take on this. Okay, folks, that's it for today. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss these juicy Telly Moments recaps. See you in the next video.